Alright YouTubers, what's going on? We've got another new ZT that just came out, the 0808. This is a Todd Rexford collaboration. Let's look at that. And this is based on his Cesium, I think that's how you say it, C-E-S-I-U-M, Cesium maybe, custom knife. So let's go ahead. We just got this in, just barely opened it up. So this is kind of a unboxing, first impressions video, just like the 0450 was. And again, ZT just, wow, blowing it up this year, guys. I mean, this is a phenomenal knife. Let's go ahead and open her up. Let's look at that scale first, though. So they're going with this smaller, knife kind of size lately, like more EDC-friendly knives, which I really like. The 0900, the 0450, and this 808 are very, a lot smaller than their typical ZT knives. So I'm really liking that. It's got the same kind of polished pivot as the 450, same kind of very discreet zero tolerance logo. You do have some more lines here, just some more design, where the 450 is more just plain. Heavy stonewashing on the titanium as well. Get your lantern hole, your mounting point for your left-hand carry, tip up only, which is the way to go anyway. So you have a lot of similarities, but the flipper tab is a lot smaller if you look at that. And this isn't necessarily meant to be a comparison video, but it probably will turn into one. So let's go ahead and flip her. Oh yeah, nice smooth motion. The detent on this one is not as firm as it is on my 0450. You can see I have to kind of really overcome that detent, which I like that a lot. But this isn't bad at all. This is not like, not gonna flip. I mean, it's smooth. It flips effortlessly. You can push button it, or you can even light switch it. So the flipper tab is not as big, so it is a little more difficult to light switch, but still easy. S35vn Steel. Let's look at that. Get some close-ups here. 808 Kai USA Rexford design, S35vn. So number 542 on this one. Just got this in from Kershaw Guy. They're again going with the polished or satin grind on, and then the stonewashed flats, which I love that two-tone look. So that's real handsome. And it's basically a modified Wharncliffe. Not quite a true Wharncliffe, but we'll call it a modified Wharncliffe blade, which I really like for EDC tasks. So that's a good blade shape. Handle thickness is definitely thicker than the 450, but not by a ton though. Let's go ahead and do a little comparison here. Very minimal difference. Now you'll notice here the backspacer is this nice polished, it's a titanium backspacer. So that's a really cool, nice touch as well. You got this nice polished titanium that's just begging to be anodized. This whole knife's just begging to be modified. It's just a blank canvas, which I love that ZT does that. And I think they do that. They do realize that the knife community is big into modifying their stuff, and they kind of leave you a blank canvas. So I really like that. Flipping, again, is awesome on it. Smooth out of the box. It's on KVT bearings. Very smooth out of the box. I mean, this is just barely opened, so it's got a nice flipping action, which is, again, no surprise. Size-wise, it's very, very close. It's, I think, 4.4-inch long handle. I'll put the actual specs in the description, but you can see that in the 450. Well, you can see if I put it in frame. There you go. Sorry, guys, it's been a heck of a morning already. They're almost identical in size. There's really not much difference at all as far as the length of the handle is concerned. Ergonomics are great. You don't have as much of these choils like you do on the 450, but it's still very comfortable in the hand, very ergonomic. There is no jimping up here on the blade, so it's all smooth, kind of like the 801. And then it's the jimping on the 450. And I can't help but compare these two models because I know these are probably going to be their two most popular models this year for ZT. So I think it's a fair comparison. They're so similar in size and, let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. They're so similar in size and weight. Speaking of weight, I know that the 808 is a little heavier. It's over 4 ounces, I believe, or excuse me, over 3 ounces, unlike the 450. So let's give her a little go on the scale here. Just see what it comes in at. So it is actually over 4. I'm getting some serious glare going on. I apologize, guys. That says 4.3. I'm not sure why. Oh, sorry about that. Why we're getting so much glare right now. There you go. Nope, not a pound. 4.3 ounces. So 4.3 ounces. This is 2.9. So it's a significant weight difference for sure. A lot of that is going to be the fact that this is a solid titanium backspacer. These are aluminum standoffs, so there's a big weight difference there. The handle thickness, the scales are thicker on the 808 than the 450, so you're going to have some weight there, but still a very good EDC weight. I mean, still a substantial knife, but not too heavy, you know, not a 7-ouncer or anything like that. It's just a gorgeous knife. Love the design. Same clip as the 450. Let's compare it in size to a small Sebenza. It's going to be slightly bigger than a small Sebenza. So if the small Sebenza is a little too small, but you don't want something too big, you know, that's a good size. It's just a little bit longer than the small Sebenza. Thickness, again, you're going to be thicker on the 0808 versus the small Seb and the 450. So if you're looking for a slimmer knife, the 450 is definitely the way to go. If this feels too small in your hand, or it just doesn't feel substantial enough, then the 808 is definitely going to be your choice, because it's got a really substantial feeling in the hand. It's thicker, fills the hand up a little bit better. A little bit better. Both of these, though, are great size knives for EDC. I'm going to carry, I've been carrying this one non-stop since I got it, because it's just feather white, light. So this is going to be more of your gentleman's type folder, something you can wear in slacks, you know, something like that around the office use. This is going to be more of a everyday carry, you know, jeans, whatever. I mean, you could carry it in slacks also. This is a little bit lighter, so it's a better choice. So they complement each other well. Blade styles are completely different. You know, the Warncliffe style blade, almost like an Ensingo style blade. ZT's done this blade shape quite often on the 700 series, no, not 700 series, 770 carbon fiber, the 777, they all have a similar style blade. So, and then you have the more traditional drop point on the 450, so almost more of a trailing point even, but regardless, different blade shapes as well, so there is some subtle differences. So if you're thinking which one should I buy, take those into consideration. Personally, I would say buy both of them, because they're phenomenal for the price. This one comes out right at $200, where this one is $160. So again, the price on the 450 is better. I'm guessing the price and materials difference is what you're seeing with the titanium backspacer versus aluminum. That's really only where I can see, and this maybe the slightly thicker titanium scales on the 808. That's why you're seeing a $40 difference in price, because otherwise the materials are identical. S35vn, same blade shape, or I mean not blade shape, same blade length, 3.25 inches. So very, very similar knives. So both have steel locker inserts on them. Lockup is nice and good on that one. Solid, no play. Centering is perfection. Not surprised. But it definitely has, I mean, these knives vary from knife to knife because of the detents. It's hard to get the exact detent on the same on every knife. So the detent is a lot lighter on this one than my 450. The 450 really flies out once you overcome that detent, but this is a little easier to flip. So if you don't like a stronger detent, I mean, I don't know how the other 808s are going to be, but that's how this particular variation is. So, guys, really impressed with zero tolerance this year, as usual. But this knife, I mean, has kicked my small. This has kind of been my EDC, this and my Starbenza. They've been my typical go-to EDCs, but this has kicked it out of there just because it's lighter, even, and just the blade shape is a little. I like the blade a little better, and the ergonomics are a little better, and the price is just half of what they cost. So they've been kicking my Sebenzas out. Sebenzas are awesome knives, don't get me wrong. Still gonna own them, but these two are definitely great alternatives if you don't want to spend that money, but you want a full titanium frame lock, and you get a flipper on KVT bearings. So, alright guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. We'll probably do a more in-depth review on both of these knives later on, but this is the first impressions on the Zero Tolerance 808 Todd Rexford collaboration. Another home run, hit it out of the park for ZT this year. We're not even done with third quarter yet, and they've already released the 0450, the 0808, the 0900, the 452 carbon fiber, and the 0630. They're just killing it. They're just putting nice out at a breakneck pace right now. So, ZT, you're doing awesome. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. We'll see you next time.